Alrighty, we are on the algorithm part. This is the third part here of our design analysis. This is the programmer perspective. This is where we get our hands dirty and we actually start building this thing. So at this point we know what the user sees and the behavior that they experience, and we know what the business rules are. We know what the stakeholders require of this in order for this to have business success. Okay, step one for the programmer. We need to create this interstitial page first. So it's going to be a physical PHP page. Okay, that's fine. That'll be easy to do. We'll do that. And then step two here, we're going to create these database tables. So we're going to have to go into our software that connects us to the MySQL database, and we'll create those tables and columns that we need. So we'll be doing that in an upcoming video. It'll be lots of fun. Number three here, and then we'll write the SQL statements for it, and we'll store it into what's called a SPROC, which is shorthand for stored procedure. And then after we got all the database stuff figured out, we figured out exactly what information we are going to gather from this feature. And after we do that, we can move on to the actual true meat, and that's writing up the code which controls all this functionality and glues everything together. And essentially this is going to comprise one or more methods that we wrap all the functionality in. So on the client side, it's just going to be a single method call that gets this whole ball rolling. Now, something else we have to think about here too is that this is a multi-page feature. So the feature runs across two or more pages, so we're going to have to use some of the global collections here, either cookies, sessions, or view state, which is, view state is just storing information within the page itself, typically within hidden fields within the form. Yeah, we'll figure that part out. And as you'll find out, we'll actually use both cookies and session. We'll use the user's cookie in order to store the fact that they have seen interstitial, and so we don't show it to them again. So we have to check the cookie, see if they've actually seen it, and then if they haven't, then go ahead and insert into the cookie that they have seen it, and then redirect them to the interstitial page. And I'm going to use the session global collection to pass the original page that the user is trying to go to. So when they click skip or continue on the interstitial page, we know which page to come back to. Okay, so now once everything's all coded up, we're going to actually test it out. Is it going to work on the first run? Well, probably not. But we can see what is wrong or holding us up, and we'll do our little fixes, and then we'll get the thing working just as it's supposed to. So the testing part comprises actually having it running on our local development environment, and we'll browse to our entry page, and then we'll get this thing tested, and we'll make sure it works. So in the upcoming videos, we'll actually implement this. Right on. Sounds like fun. Let's do her.